Hey, what's up guys? It's NashCrafter and welcome to my channel for episode 2 of Forever Stranded. I hope you guys are having a really good day today. Today we're starting out and I'm just cutting down some of this extra cactus that I have planted. And I think I'm going to replant this just to make our lives a little bit easier. We want to keep a cactus farm going. And today we're just going to jump straight into the episode because I really have a lot to get done in this second episode. So off camera, I have kind of been struggling, honestly guys. I've been struggling with both food and the heat problem. So in the first episode, I kind of talked to you guys about this little orb here down by our dehydration bar. And we really got to watch that and make sure that we don't overheat, because that's something in this pack that you can actually die of heat exhaustion and it makes it a lot harder. So we have to be very, very careful. And there's a few things in today's episode that we're going to do in order to help us. But first thing I'm going to do is just take a little dip in our pool here so that I can cool myself down a bit. And then we're just going to get right into it. We're going to get started. So the first thing I want to do is I actually want to make myself a compressed crook. So right inside I have this chest kind of set up with everything we're going to be doing in today's episode. And I actually didn't put my sticks in there, but I did set up a barrel too. This is just, or not a barrel, but a storage drawer. And we will grab ourselves out 4 crooks. And to make a compressed crook, you need to put these in a crafting station just the way you would a normal crook. So that's going to make us a compressed. We already have this one too, which I'll probably use up, but that's going to be used for something else. But yeah, like I said, I made this storage drawer and this recipe is very, very simple. So it looks just like this. You need a chest with some wood around the top and the bottom. But first things first, I do need to get myself all of this string because this is going to play a huge role in today's episode. So I want to grab all of this, all of it that I can at least. What's really nice about the compressed crook is that it's an instant break instead of like the normal crook, which isn't. Kind of takes a little bit longer. So the compressed crook is really, really nice to have. And there's also bone crooks. I don't have any bones right now, so we can't make a bone crook. I actually think I have 1 bone, but that's not enough to make us one. So we're just going to have to hang tight. And maybe that's something we can do in the future, is get ourselves a bone crook. That'd be awesome. And we're starting to overheat, so I do need to go cool off a bit. I think I'll do that and then I'll come back with you guys. Alright guys, so I'm all cooled down, at least a little bit. It should hold us off for a little while. Now I did move the sieve from the last episode, so I put it over here in this corner. And what we need to do is, with the string that we just got, we need to make a mesh. And to do that, we just fill this up with string and that'll get us a silk mesh. Now there's other meshes we can make. I think there's an iron and a wooden, but I think the silk one's the best. So yeah, we've got a wooden mesh and then we've got this iron mesh, but it's from a different mod, so I think it might be used for a different thing. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe they do work hand in hand, but we're just going to stick with the silk mesh. Next thing we have to do is a little bit of crafting because we want to get some of our achievements done in our little quest book, or some of the quests done in our quest book. So if we take a look here, we've got this one. This is the one I want to work on today. So we need to make 4 oak barrels. I don't know why it says that I have 1 oak barrel because I don't have it placed down, but that's okay. And then we need 4 dirt and then a dirty water bottle. So this is all stuff that I have prepared for us to make today. So I think I can take these guys out. This is kind of my oak barrel section of the chest. And we wanted to make 4 of these. So let's just do that. And that should mark us off on that quest here. Yeah, complete. Awesome. So then I'm just going to put those along this wall here. Then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take out all of the rotten flesh and take out my wind hammer. Now, these are composting barrels. They're really awesome. This is basically how you make dirt. And dirt is going to start us off on a chain of just starting to collect a lot of different items and things like that. So what we can do is we can compost rotten flesh. So if we put this in and fill it up, you'll see it says composting up at the top and it just starts to tick up, which is really cool. So with the amount of rotten flesh we're getting recently, it's going to come in handy to use it. Now we can also compost things like string and apples and cactus and I think saplings. So there's lots of things we can compost, but I think rotten flesh is going to be our best bet for now. Ooh, one other thing, the reason why I have this hammer is because we can also compost wood chippings. So if I grow this up just like this, if we take our hammer and we start to pound on the oak wood just like this, you can see those little things. Those are wood chippings. And if you get a big tree, these can be really cool because you can get a lot of them and they count as compost. So that's kind of another good way to do things. So we might kind of alternate back and forth between using the wood chippings and rotten flesh. So the next thing in our quest book is this dirty water bottle quest. And if we type this into our little JEI or NEI or whichever one it is, we can go dirty water bottle. And the crafting recipe is an empty water bottle or a glass bottle with a piece of dirt. So we're going to do that here in just a second. I think I have, yeah, here we go. I do have a dirty water bottle in here, but I got this differently. And I don't think it counts the same. I think you do have to craft this. So we're going to combine those, and there we go. And check it out. Quest complete. So that one is done, and we are off to an awesome start for this episode. So everything's good, and we'll get ourselves 5 dirt as well as 1 Lifeblood Crystal. So we're going to claim that, head back, and ooh, this one we can also do as well. This one's super easy. You just have to check this box and then press claim, and this will give you 3 splash potions of heat resistance. And what's cool about this Lifeblood Crystal is that you can like kind of eat this or right click it. If you do that, you'll gain an extra heart. So we had 4 hearts and now we have the 5th heart, which is awesome. So that means we have a little bit more of a chance of not dying, which is a good thing. But it is nighttime, and I think what I want to do is I want to spend a little bit of time grinding off camera. I want to get myself a lot more dirt because we are going to need to get a furnace. That's the goal for today's episode, is to get myself a furnace. So I'm going to wait till daytime, try to get myself some rotten flesh if I can. We have a lot of zombies around, so I think we might be able to. And then maybe get some more cactus as well as some of the wood chippings. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll be right back with you guys once I've got that done. Alright, so I've got some things done. I got 17 pieces of dirt, which isn't a bad start. So I think what I want to do is actually make myself a bed. Since we have all of this string, we should be able to craft up a bed here really quick. There we go, just like that, and I think I'll just put it over here in the corner. Then we can sleep. And the good thing about this is we now have set our spawn too. So we'll spawn inside of the ship instead of outside of the ship. So I think what I'm going to do is wait for all of the zombies to kind of either die by the sun or, you know, get pricked by all this cactus. And then we'll go out and we'll try to see if we can get some of their loot and then also fill up some more so I can get more dirt. We're going to want to make a furnace, but I think what we should do really quick actually is move along with one of the next quests. So we've got lots to do, and sorry if I'm kind of jumping back and forth between things here, but that's kind of how you have to do this mod pack. You have to keep looking into the future and like do a lot of things at one time. So this is the next one I want to do. This is to get an oak crucible and an unfired bucket. Now this actually isn't too hard, so what we can do is pop on inside, and I have everything set up here, so let's take all of those out. And the oak crucible recipe is pretty easy. You just need a slab, and then you surround that in kind of a U shape or like 2 lines on each side, and that gets you an oak crucible. So I'm actually going to make 2 of these. And it doesn't seem to want to do that. Okay, we're only going to make 2. There we go. And I'm just going to put them directly next to our other ones here. So we kind of have a line going. And this kind of works the same way as a composting barrel, except for the cool thing about this is you get fresh water. So you just put those down and then you fill this up, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think you can use saplings, but I'm going to use cactus because you only have to use 4 cactus to make 1 bucket of water. And I'm just going to fill up both of these. And it's really, really nice. And what you can actually do is take your... Ooh, where are my bottles? There we go. So once this is filled up, you have to wait a little bit. But you can actually right click your bottle on there and you'll get fresh water instead of dirty water. So it's very, very nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I gotta wait for my water to get done really quick, and let's go see how the mob situation is outside. Doing pretty good. These guys look like the last few out in front, and I'm getting really hot. Yeah, it's probably a good idea if I go cool down a bit. Alright, so I've come outside and I'm trying to collect all of the rotten flesh I can so that we can compost it. And we're gonna head all the way around. This is what I like to do in the morning. Just, it sounds kind of weird, but I collect rotten zombie flesh. Ah, no. In the morning. So I have weird interests and hobbies in this series, but it's fine. And I'm dying of hunger. Okay, we're gonna eat this rotten flesh because it's the only thing that I can actually eat. We're probably gonna die, but it's gonna be fine. So we have to be very, very careful, and there is actually a sandstorm brewing. Oh, no. Oh my goodness. This looks crazy. It looks really weird with the shaders, but it's fine. So I'm gonna go back into the house. We might die for the first time on video in this episode. I actually died twice in between episodes. I kind of forgot to mention that, but I did die twice. But this will be the first on-screen death if we don't survive. But hopefully we do and everything's okay. But we're going to head in here, close that back up so no guys can get through. Guys, it happened. I died. I died of heat. So that's okay. We can respawn and no big deal. One thing I wanted to mention about this pack is that I kind of touched on it in the first episode, but this pack is a hardcore pack. So you get to respawn, like you have more than one life. You don't have just like the one go and then you're done, but it's hardcore in the sense that like you're gonna probably die multiple times. You're gonna die very quickly. You have to work extra hard to try not to die, and I'm actually surprised we didn't die in the first episode. And I know that some people who have played this pack in the past have had to restart because they died so many times, like within the first night of playing this pack. It gets pretty intense. That's all I wanted to mention, guys. It's all good. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to sift through this dirt, and what this is going to give us is little tiny pebbles, and the pebbles will get us cobblestone, and the cobblestone will get us a furnace. And once we have a furnace, we'll be able to do so much stuff. We'll be able to really start getting into ores, we'll be able to get into like tinkers and all that crazy stuff. So that's going to be amazing and awesome. Now, one thing I want to mention about the oak sieve as well is that the mesh has a durability. So that mesh that we made, up at the top, the tooltip, it says 60 out of 64. Then it's going to go down to 59 out of 64. So you have 64 uses of this mesh before you have to replace it. So I'm going to keep some extra string on me just to make sure that I have something to replace it with in the future. But we already have 25 little pebbles or pieces of stone, which is great. So hopefully we can get a furnace here right off the bat. Alright, so I got myself a little bit more of this small stone, and what we can do is we can craft this into cobblestone just like that. And then we want to do something like this. Boom. We've got 8 pieces, which means we can finally make ourselves this furnace, and I'm so excited to have the furnace. But one thing I want to do is I actually would like to put this outside because I think the furnaces emit heat. They can emit extra heat, so we want to keep it outside, keep it somewhere where we can, you know, have it do that and have it produce heat without completely hotboxing the inside of the ship, which would not be a good thing. So next thing I want to do is we need to complete that quest. So we need to get an unfired bucket, which is super easy to do. So if we head on inside, we can go in like this, grab ourselves out a piece of dust, and when dust has contact with water, it will make clay. So if we put that in our oak crucible just like that, we can pull that out and we've got ourselves a block of clay. We can put that down, pound it down. Now to make the clay bucket, or the unfired clay bucket, which is this guy right here, the unfired bucket, we actually need porcelain clay. And porcelain clay is clay, bone meal, and ash. To get ash, we have to burn sticks in a furnace. Okay, so I got everything that we're gonna need, so let's craft this up really quick. We need 3 pieces of porcelain clay, so we can go 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take those guys out, and 1, 2, 3. So unfired bucket, good start here, and we need to fire this. And there we go. Now we've got a bucket, so this is good. I want to put this in our barrel. There we go. So then that should have marked a quest off. There we go. So it looks like it did, and we have this one, the water bucket. So we just want to fill this up with water, and we should have that complete. So we are off to a good start. Check this out, guys. We are cruising. So we still have to finish this one, which we can do in today's episode actually. So let me grab out 5 silkworms, and then we'll head over to our furnace and we will just smelt these up. This might be our second death, guys. We might just have to take it because I don't have any food right now. I don't have food in order for me to not die or, you know, plenish my nutrition. I have food, but it's not going to do anything for me because we do have the like spice of life thing in this pack. So you have to watch what you eat basically. And yeah. So that's okay. We died again, but that's fine. And I've just been throwing these death infos away. I don't know. I don't really see a reason to keep them. So I've just been throwing them away, and then we can take all of our stuff back, which is good. Now there's a few things I want to do before we finish out this episode. I want to at least complete this last quest that we have going on. Oh, and I didn't even put anything to smelt those with. So we kind of got to have that. So fill this back up, make sure we can actually smelt something. We do have one cooked here, but we need to cook the rest. I also would like to make myself some shears. The shears are definitely going to come in handy. And what we can do is just shear all of these leaves. And leaves can be used as compost. I also believe they can be used as for the oak crucible, so they can make water. And the last thing I would like to do to finish out this episode is I want to get myself an apple tree as well as a juicer, because as you guys saw, I just died, which means we need a way to get food desperately. And one of the foods we can get is apple juice, and it will like replenish our health a little bit, and that would be a new food source, which would be great. So that's going to be my goal. I need 2 more pieces of cobblestone in order to get myself a juicer, but we can make this apple tree very quickly, so we'll just grab those out. And if we do something like this, we'll get an apple sapling. So I'm just going to head out and plant this right here, and that will grow eventually, and then it'll have little apples on it, which will be really cool. Oh, that is awesome. So this fills this up really quickly. So I think leaves might be the way to go when it comes to filling up the compost, as well as if you do have a mob farm, then that would be a good way to go too, and use the rotten flesh. But the leaves is a good way too. So I'm going to try to hang on to these shears as long as I can. And then we also have our wood chippings. So I'm a total noob, guys, and I accidentally forgot to record the last clip, but basically I will fill you guys in on everything that happened. So I just made myself a juicer. I opened up a loot crate because I got one of these quests done. So I got the silkworm quest, and I got a rice seed and a loot chest, or I called it a loot crate, but a loot chest. And the loot chest had 3 pieces of stone in it, which is what you need to make a juicer. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So it was perfect. And then let's see, I also got the rice seed. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the next coming up quests. So food is something that I have been struggling with a lot. So there is a quest line here of, you know, food related things, which is going to be good. We're going to want to get into that as soon as possible. And then also we have this one, so even hotter, which is to get an unfired crucible. And getting lava is going to be amazing because that means we can make a cobblestone generator. Now, a cobblestone generator is just going to open up a lot of opportunities for us. We're going to be able to build out of cobblestone, we're going to be able to get gravel, and we can sift through gravel and get more stuff. There's just a lot of things that are going to come from having that, and it's going to be amazing. So that's kind of the next few things we're going to be working on. Now, I know this episode did come out directly after my last Forever Stranded episode, which probably won't happen every time. I won't record back to back. I'll kind of separate it with my other series that I have going on. But this pack is just so fun and it's so exciting, and I've just been having a good time playing it. So I hope you guys don't mind too much that this is kind of a back-to-back episode. So that's just what I wanted to say to finish out this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this new series of Forever Stranded. I know I am, because it's been a while since I've done a modded series, and it's so exciting to get back into modded because it's so different, and I've been doing a lot of vanilla recently. So it's been awesome, but again, I hope you guys have a very beautiful, wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And if you could leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it, that would be awesome as well. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.